Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Ford. The Ford F-150 helps make your game day traditions bigger and better, season after season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health, who reminds Alabama, don't wait, vaccinate.
Kalen DeBoer is a home run guy. This is the guy Greg Byrne needs to go after.
Kalen DeBoer and Alabama are on fire. Just absolutely on fire.
Bama getting a great one.
They're getting a guy who's just flat won everywhere he's been.
He has a system in place, but with Alabama, the SEC, recruiting, everything he's going to have at his disposal.
Bama's going to be a problem for a long time for a lot of folks.
Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Kalen DeBoer Show, brought to you by Truckworks. I'm Chris Stewart. Coach, congratulations. 42-16 win over USF. There are different ways to win ball games, and your team found one tonight.
Yeah, that's the key, is every week say that you found a way to win. And, it wasn't pretty, and not all wins are going to be. And that at this point in the season, it was good for us to, we're going to take with the good that comes with us finding a way to win, even with the pieces that weren't pretty, and the things that we know we have to clean up and get better at to make sure we aren't in the spot that we were in here going late into the game.
Resilient squad. That's a 14-13 game in the fourth quarter, and you wind up winning it 42-16. That was impressive to see your team really just take over in the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, defense did a great job getting off the field, consistently. And when there was a drive, they held to field goals. I know they scored a touchdown too, but those are keys. It's demoralizing as an offense when you have to settle for field goals and not touchdowns. Got some stops, and then the offense. Being clean, with the execution there in the last 15 minutes and doing a much better job. And, those are hard times because, you're expected to win. And you told the guys it's good to see that they kept fighting, they kept swinging, and we should learn from that. We should learn that, we got a good team and we got to trust each other when it comes to those moments.
They were gashing you a good bit at times in this football game, but your defense, again, refused to give up touchdowns except for the one. Really did a great job, especially early on when they're putting up some big yardage, but only got 3 points on that initial drive.
Yeah, there's obviously a tempo offense, and I thought we did a pretty good job, but you just can't simulate it like it is in a game. In practice, you can work on the calls, you can work on trying to be as fast-paced. The first drive, they went down the field and hit a couple plays, and that the quarterback, big part of it. Throughout the game, a guy that's tough to bring down, and when you're spread out like our defense is going to be, their whole purpose of their wide splits are. The guy's got to make the plays in space, and I think we just kept honing it in. We made him work for it, I think, for the most part. And when you do that, that's where you get those stops that we got as the game wore on.
You had to move some pieces around on the offensive line, and they exploited some, I wouldn't say weaknesses necessarily, Coach, but some new looks there and took advantage. But again, found a way to get it done, especially in that fourth quarter when you needed to create separation.
Yeah, just due to some guys getting dinged up a week ago, that was a lot of kind of moving around throughout the week, and just, you come up with plan A. You got to work on plan B because you got to account for other guys and just situations that might happen. And so, a lot of guys playing in different spots, especially on the left side there. So, we learned some hard lessons tonight, especially with the holding calls. And I know those guys take it to heart. It's not like they want to be doing that. They're going to hold themselves to a high standard. It's a group that, I'm never going to question the want to. We just got to do a better job executing.
All right, Coach, let's take a look at the first half highlights.
answer and hopefully take the lead. A little reverse to Bernard going left side. He gets to the edge, 30, 25, cuts it up, stays on his feet and squirts forward. Keep right side. Milroe cuts it back now, cuts to the edge. He's at the 5, he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. 4 back-to-back first down plays. As looking is the quarterback, and now he's looking at the turf. Q Robinson brings him to the deck.
And Brown gets a bell-tie snap, steps back in the pocket, fires over the middle, incomplete. Intended target was the tight end, Peyton Singletary. Malachi Moore with coverage. Milroe gets the snap, steps back in the pocket, stays on his feet. Milroe to the 5, Milroe to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Welcome back into the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Truckworks. Coach, at the half, tight ball game. It was a tight game going into the fourth quarter, as we talked about. But a lot of things do start with a quarterback. And a lot of reasons Jalen may have been struggling, but he's 10 of 20 at one point for just barely over 100 yards passing. I think he completed all 7 of his final 7 passes. Finished with 2 touchdowns. He didn't have any prior to that. That's a pretty strong finish from the veteran.
Yeah, and it takes everyone. It takes the protection. It takes guys running their precision with their routes, and we got to help him out just as much as it always, like you said, falls on the quarterback. We got to do things a little bit better to help him, and a lot of the incompletions on third down and longs, second and obvious passing situations. And so, there's some shots down the field that we just missed. And I know he'd love to have a couple of those back, I'm sure. But it's just one of those things where we got in a rhythm and we stayed more ahead of the chains and didn't hurt ourselves and allowed him to distribute the ball like we know he's capable of.
Jeremy Bernard, I think, had 1 catch in the last ball game, Coach. He was an early target in this game offensively. I don't know if that's just the way it worked, if it was by design, but man, he had a lot of opportunities, especially in the first half. Yeah,
that his position is going to get spotted, and of course we're trying to get the ball to him, but a lot of the reads will take him there. And I think there was a couple other times where he probably would have got touches too if we'd have just been in different situations, or if we'd have given Jalen just a little more time. Just some things like that. He would have probably gotten targeted a couple more times even. So Jerm's going to make some plays for us. It's good to see. Ryan, Kobe found the end zone. Those guys, when they got opportunities to make plays, they did it.
It was unfortunately a game where you had some guys banged up once again. That's part of it this time of year. I don't think you lost anybody in pregame warm-ups this time, so slight progress in that regard. But it was a very tough physical game from the start in this one.
Yeah, and that's football. We're never going to be as healthy as we were when we started fall camp. Sure. And that's just part of the game, and that's why we got to continue to build depth. That's why we got to really push hard with execution with the ones, but we also got to continue to develop your twos and just have different rotations. And we're going to learn a lot when we watch the film on the guys and the combinations of people that we can put on the field and really gel, work well together.
All right, Coach, let's get into some of those second half highlights.
Jam Miller, the running back, to the left of Milroe. He'll get the handoff. He'll stay on his feet. He'll turn it up. He'll go down the sideline. 30, cutting it back, 25, 20, 15, 10-5. Touchdown, Alabama! Milroe will hand it off to Justice Haynes, going right side, cuts it back, stays on his feet. Haynes at the 10, Haynes at the 5, Haynes into the end zone, touchdown, Alabama. He gets the snap, pressure coming up the middle. He's going to be down at the 23-yard line. The running back to the right. Milroe gets the snap, trying to avoid the rush. Steps forward, fires a pass. Catch is made, breaking a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown. Putting 3 men to the right side. Pass goes left. Williams makes a man miss. Foot race now. 15, 10-5. Touchdown. 43 yards. Jalen Milroe finds Hollywood. And Williams takes it to the house.
42-16, the final score. Alabama a winner. Coach, your leadership, I thought, really showed in that ball game in terms of, as we said earlier, how you finished. Finished strong, got it done, did create separation down the stretch. no better leader on your squad or on your team than Tyler Booker.
Yeah, and Book's gonna lead. He's gonna be vocal, and he can do that because he expects just a high level out of himself. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect, right? We're all human, but he did a nice job, working into a different position, and then also just not raising his level, just raising his level, but really trying to raise the level of everyone else's, even when times were tough. And so halftime, throughout the game, just a great voice, a great extension of the coaching staff. And when we preach being player led, he's a guy that certainly you look to and does a great job of leading our team.
All right, Coach, let's let the fans go all access right now with Tyler Booker.
I'm Tyler Booker. I'm from New Haven, Connecticut, and I went to IMG Academy. I play offensive line, and I play offensive line because I have a unique combination of size and quickness. Not a lot of people are made that way, so me being one of those few people. I play offensive line, and I'm just a natural protector on and off the field. Like, people closest to me know that I'm always willing to do whatever it takes to see them happy. Being from Connecticut, I chose to come to the Deep South and play for the University of Alabama because football is pretty much another religion out here, and I grew up a football fanatic. Football is the sport in my household growing up, so just being in a region where football is taken that seriously, it was the perfect spot for me. My favorite moment is beating Georgia in the SEC championship, just because that was a game where people counted us out just like many other games last year. So to go out and really win the SEC against the reigning champ, that was major for us as a team, especially in the year that Link was born. Alabama has prepared me for life in the way that they let us know that adversity is going to come our way, and we either respond or react. And what I mean by that, responding, is really getting all your ducks in a row, understanding what you have to do in order to respond to the adversity properly rather than reacting and making a rash decision. So Alabama has definitely prepared me for life. I'm definitely an Alabama guy forever just due to the fans. My whole life, I grew up watching Friday Night Lights, and I just wanted that family and community feel when it comes to playing football, and I've gotten that tenfold since being here at the University of Alabama. Like, I love interacting with the fans. I love how loud the fans get home and away, and I just love making them cheer, because when they cheer, that means I did something right.
Coach, you're known as a tremendous recruiter in addition to being a tremendous on-the-field coach, and maybe one of the best recruiting jobs you did was getting your defensive coordinator to leave a head coaching job to come be your coordinator. It's an old friend of yours, a guy you worked well with in Kane Wommack.
Yeah, and Kane's done a great job, I think, up to this point. We've faced two different types of offenses, and I think the defense, for the most part, has done a really good job, keeping teams out of the end zone. And so he understands the big picture from a head coach role. It was a big thing for me to get him here in our program. Regionally, he understands the Southeast Conference. He also, just when I worked with him, 5 years ago at Indiana, I saw what type of team player he was, saw what type of leader he was. He brings together his staff, he brings together his side of the ball, but he also does it in unison in the whole team aspect. And that's what I love about our coaching staff, but it starts with the coordinators, and obviously Coach Wommack, Coach Sheridan really leading that charge together, and trickles down to our players, fighting and working together. And Kane's been awesome. I think just these first 2 weeks, you can see how calm he is in the fire, when things are tight. I thought there was a lot of really great calls he made tonight.
All right, Coach, let's go Mercedes-Benz All Access with defensive coordinator Kane Wommack.
My name is Kane Wommack. I'm the defensive coordinator here at Alabama. Originally from the Branson, Springfield, Missouri area. Went to the University of Arkansas, played football there for a few years, and finished up at the University of Southern Mississippi.
Hey, that's why we play the outside. Good, right there, fit it up, good, off.
I loved my time as the head coach at South Alabama. I love the city of Mobile, but I just didn't feel like this was an opportunity that I could pass up. I think when you get into this profession, right, we're all competitors, and we want to work with the best in the country, and I think we have that in all facets here, from support staff to coaching staff, to our players, and certainly the level of expectation that our fan base creates here is truly special, and I wanted to be a part of that. Our job as coaches really is we're vision casters, right? We cast vision, we create buy-in to that vision, and then we hold everybody accountable to the relentless detail that it takes to accomplish the vision. When you look at the experiences that not only our fans and our players are going to have in Bryant-Denny Stadium, but also the opponents, it is a tactical advantage, the way that our fans engage on game day and the environment of the crowd as well. And so when you think about it, I grew up in this profession. I grew up in SEC football. I've seen pretty much all the stadiums and seen the crowds, and what we do inside Bryant-Denny is truly special. And so setting that tone every single day, bringing great energy as a fan base is a huge part of why we are the best program in college football, and we've got to continue that tradition.
Time for our CB&S Bank play of the game. And, Coach, this is a crucial time. This is a third down play. I know the scoreboard says second, but it's a third down play. You're only up one, and it's early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, third down and 3rd and 6. We know that they like to bring a lot of pressure. They got a lot of guys right up towards the line of scrimmage here. And so, again, identifying who's going to come. They did a nice job changing up their blitzes, their blitz pattern. You can see, we're forcing the issue with our tailback free-releasing here. And, eyes of Jalen does a nice job. Protection, sound up front, setting the pocket deep. I like how Jalen gets his depth. Okay, and then slides up underneath here, Wilkin on the right side, and we're really firm up here in the interior. So like what I see there. Jalen continues to go through his progression, and we're working to through the progression. Love how Kobe originally sits down, and he's behind the official, he's behind a defender, but he's very quarterback friendly. And as Jalen steps up in the pocket, makes a throw on the run, Kobe works into the middle of the field there. And now securing the catch, making sure we get the first down, and then breaking the tackles and doing the things that great athletes can do, but making the simple play and catching the ball first is so important. So kind of let play here just from the end zone shot. You can see all the things we talked here, just setting a pocket, depth, and then sliding up. For a second it looks like Jalen maybe wanted to go outside. He did a nice job. We talk about that a lot. Stepping up, and then things start to develop. We start getting the defense to expand now horizontally. And then Kobe doing a good job, being a big target, catching it first, breaking a tackle, finding a way to get in the end zone. Big play there in the fourth quarter, and a moment where we can take an 8-point lead.
Coach, we talk each week, it seems, about learning something about your team, and this is another learning opportunity about your squad as they go on the road. One of the true great places in the college game at Wisconsin.
Yeah, we got to take care of ourselves, and we got to clean up the things and get to work tomorrow. And I know our guys are going to do that, and we're going to get excited about the next challenge, and the next challenge going up to Wisconsin. I know growing up in the Midwest what type of environment that is, what type of football has been played there over many years, and I know that kind of in the second year with the coaching staff there that they're trying to work their pieces, and it'll be a great environment for us. It'll be a great challenge and a test for us. And so first we got to just put this game to bed and continue to refine the things that we know are the simple things that we need to work on. But looking forward to game planning and going against a 2-0 football team.
Your team is used to the early starts. We've talked about that with the practice time. Fans, be ready. It's an 11 o'clock kick Central Time. Fox will televise it. We'll have radio coverage on the Crimson Tide Sports Network beginning at 8 a.m. Again, Alabama winner 42-16 over South Florida this week. For Coach Kalen DeBoer, I'm Chris Stewart. Roll Tide, everybody.
The Kalen DeBoer Show is brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Tackle game day with a great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Ford. The Ford F-150 helps make your game day traditions bigger and better, season after season.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Alabama Department of Public Health, who reminds Alabama, don't wait, vaccinate.